Hello and welcome to BBC Tonight, and we have a special guest for you guys on the segment of Tonight with me, Dennis Duran, and she is behind one of the most accomplished men in Scotland today, and she is the Queen of Scotland herself, Lady Macbeth.
It is my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Dennis. And might I say that I'll watch your show religiously.
Lady Macbeth, you look phenomenal today. Have you done something with your hair? And also, we are very thankful to have you on our show.
Please, you are too kind.
So, Lady Macbeth, we have heard so many rumors and so many things about you, and we just have a few questions for you. We heard what happened to Duncan, King Duncan, may I correct myself, and we are all deeply saddened by it. Why? Tell me, were you close with him?
Of course, we are all deeply affected by his death. It was just such a tragedy to see him go, especially under our supervision since we were the hosts. He died in our house. It was terrifying for me and my husband and for the whole family, really. He was our dear beloved cousin. And to know that he was in danger in his own home since his sons killed him, that is to me terrifying. And because of his passing, we have been given a great amount of responsibility as the leader of this great nation, and we can only hope to fill his shoes. Ha! These fools! So pitiful. How could they have known the truth behind what actually happened? For in front of them, I am an angel. But they do not know. I am the very same angel that defied God. I am the Satan himself. I am the one who casts darkness over Scotland. Everybody will fear me, yet they will be confused, for they do not know who I truly am, since I, in front of them, is the angel of good. But in their absence, I am the devil himself.
So, since Duncan's death, you and your husband are enthroned. And I am very sure that you will do a very good job. And please, can you explain to us your plans for the future of Scotland?
Well, I really want to work for the people. I want to invest in education. I want to invest in public libraries. Really work for science is what I mean. Because I believe in order for our community to advance, we must take care of our weaklings. Because a society can only be as strong as our weakest link. And in order to advance, we must advance together. And that is how progressiveness is done. Ha! Invest in education? I'd like to invest in a golden castle made out of pure gold with diamond fittings to show my superiority within this kingdom. I would like to invest in child slaves and make them perform in my royal circus in front of the lions. And whoever refuses to be in my royal circus will have their organs removed one by one and churned into gravy and be fed to the lions themselves.
So, since you are the wife of the king and very honorable man Macbeth, so how do you intend of helping him and supporting him in his role of leadership?
By being there for him, of course. I would like to give him my love and respect. Why, isn't that the role of a woman in marriage? I would like to be his eyes and ears and listen to his orders and wishes and make them come true to the best of my abilities. Why, in the end, I really just want to make him happy. That fool, Macbeth, It is hard for him to even stay in his own senses. He is too full of the milk of human kindness. May I remind you what he did in the dinner table in front of all our guests? He lost his mind. He was this close to give away our plans. He would have compromised all of us. Our lives were in danger. And me take his orders? Why, he is no real man to command me on my actions. Well, he should report to me instead. If it were for me, I would call in the spirits to pluck his manlyhood away and feed it to the horses. Maybe that is what I will do, since he does deserve it.
So enough of all of these politics, and let's talk about you, Lady Macbeth. So, what do you enjoy doing in your free time away from the castle?
I really enjoy gardening. Planting beautiful flowers really has its own reward. Seeing them grow gives a sense of accomplishment. I remember that I planted a couple of trees back when I was young, and whenever I see those trees, whenever I get back home, it gives me nostalgia and really just reminds me of the good childhood I had. The only time I enjoy gardening is when we set the garden to fire. It makes me feel alive. It has some sort of power to it. I can sit down and look at the fire for hours and hours, thinking about how it'd be like to push a slave into the fire. Slowly watch him burn, painfully watch.
So, our final question, Lady Macbeth. Since you are very successful now and are living a very gracious life, we all would love to know about your childhood and your past and how you grew up and how you came to be this person today.
I've had a wonderful childhood. My mother would take care of me dearly. My father was a landowner who provided the means for us to live comfortably. I remember that our family used to go to picnic often now and then, and we would eat cherries by the Great Creek. I remember that scene so vividly. I really am thankful for my life. Truth be said, the only vivid memory of my father was as a drunk abuser. My mother was no different. Instead, she would abuse me. One strange day, I fell out of my porch and directly hit my head onto the concrete. And since then, I keep having this dream at night. A dream that my parents were hung in the gallows. I remember standing there in my dream, watching their faces, how lifeless they looked. I liked them better that way.
Thank you, ma'am, for being here with us today and sparing time from your very busy schedule. And may I say, you did a wonderful job on the show and one of the best so far on the show. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be your guest, Dennis. Thank you for having me in your show.
And thank you for joining us here tonight with our guest star, Lady Macbeth, and me, of course, Dennis Duran. And see you till next time, folks.
I like Dennis. I think I'll be keeping him as a high-honored joker in my royal circus. And if he refuses, you know what's gonna happen.